topic today is about coaching people who don't want coaching. So I get this question often. How do I coach people who don't want to be coached? Well, the truth is you can't. There is no way to work with someone as a coach who does not want coaching or who does not want coaching from you. So it's helpful to establish that to begin with, because the real question isn't how do you coach someone who doesn't want to be coached? Coaching is not something you do to people. Coaching is something that you partner with people to do. And if they don't want a partnership, then there is no partnership. So the real question is, how do you work with people who you would like to work with as a coach and create an environment and a relationship that opens the door for coaching? And these questions come mostly from agile coaches, internal coaches, people who are doing organizational change work, not necessarily just like professional coaches who are looking, they want to coach the neighbor. If that's the issue, then you're probably seeing the person as broken and you want to coach them because you think you can fix them. And that actually doesn't work. My suggestion for you is to look at the person as whole and competent and complete and not broken, and just have a relationship with them and don't try to fix them through coaching. But let's go back to the organizational stuff. So you're working in an organization, let's say as an agile coach, and you're trying to help with this change process, adopting new methods, adopting new ways of working so that the company can be more successful. And you're seeing things happen and you know that there's some changes that need to be made. As an agile coach, you're like, yes, I want to bring my agile in and tell you how to do agile correctly so that you can be better off. My first suggestion is forget about agile. Agile is a solution. Agile is not a goal. So if you forget about agile and you create a relationship with the person based on trust and on you wanting to partner with them in order to help them achieve their goals and to remove things that are frustrating from their daily life at work. If you build that trusting relationship and you focus on their problems, not your agenda of it's got to be agile or agile has to look a certain way, you're going to get a lot further. Because as long as it's about agile, it's your agenda and it's for your success, not for their success. And they have no reason to partner with you so that you can be successful, especially if you're trying to tell them that they're broken and the things that they're doing are wrong and you have the right answer. Nobody wants a solution to a problem they haven't asked you to solve. So it's better to build a relationship with them, focus on what's happening for them and how you can partner with them. Agile might be the solution. You might have things in your agile toolkit that help to solve the things that they're frustrated with or the things that are in their way. And that's fine. Once they've revealed that problem to you and agreed that, yes, they'd like you to partner with them, make those suggestions. And if they don't accept those suggestions and they say that won't work here, don't try to force them to accept your suggestion. When I suggest agile things as a solution, instead of saying this is the way you do it, here's the book, follow the book. Instead, I will offer that, hey, here's this thing that agile offers that sounds like it might help or it might be helpful. How do you think it would work if we did something like that here? Because it's not about the book. Keep in mind, the book is a perfect scenario based on someone else's experience in someone else's domain, a different system. And so the system you have here isn't an exact match. It's not the same system that was in the book that you're reading and trying to say, this is how it's done. Everything has to fit within the system that it's in. Now, there are some common principles that work over and over because there's some common problems that work over and over. But keep in mind, it's the principle, not the process. So short feedback loops are a principle. The way you do those short feedback loops is a process. And for each individual client and each individual system, that process will look different because their system looks different. So don't try to apply a simple solution to a complex problem. Here's what I have to offer. Sounds like something like this might help. How do you think that might work here? Do you think that might work here? How could we adjust this to do an experiment to see if this could be part of the answer to your problem? If they don't want to try it, then they don't want to try it. Ask them what ideas they have and partner with them to do experiments with the ideas they have. Their ideas might work even if they're not your ideas. And if they do, great. And if they don't, well, then there's an opportunity to adjust. Maybe you adjust their idea, you try something different. Or maybe you try something else from your toolkit or even the original suggestion. You want to partner with them to do the experiments that are going to solve their problems. And the reason why you want them to lead is because that's where sustainable change comes in. You can get compliance if you force people to change because you went to their boss or whatever, but that's not really change. It's compliance. And when you're gone, they're going to roll back. Or when a real problem comes up, they're going to go back to what they know. So you do better to be their partner instead of trying to pull them over into your way. So I hope this was helpful information to you. See you next time.